Testing. In today's episode of Harmony for the General Public, I want to share with you a piece that I composed in high school. It's called The Sun Also Rises. I was probably 16 or 17. Some of the terms that we will work on today are suspended chords, which I love, and dissonance. Let's begin. First off, thank you for listening. I love this music, and actually my dream is to bring all the original players who performed this at my composition recital in like 2007 at Walnut Hill, and have them come to New York City or New Jersey, and hire them, of course, and then to re-record that and like record other music from that time. I think that would be awesome, and I actually have a vision to have that done on my birthday in a couple of years, but we have to see how things work out with help us on the way. Okay, so the first measure First off, I hope you can now appreciate how disappointing the piano is compared to, real instruments. Okay, or a fake piano here. Okay, so here's the chord. And I use this chord when I'm hearing optimism. It just feels very optimistic. You can hear it how you like, but just recognize this sound. And there is not an official name for this chord that I know of. Okay, if you study classical harmony, which I spent 5 years doing that in Paris, France, they don't even mention this chord because at the time of Bach and others, this was considered unstable. Okay, and usually what would happen is you would have to resolve it in some way, but we're not going to get in there. So what I like to refer to this chord for now is called the suspended chord because you feel like you're lifted in the air. Now let's look at the next chord. Notice it has a little bit of like a little crunch, kind of like a little bit of a kind of a razor cutting against your neck. Just like a little prick. And that's because of the following. That's fine. Listen to the viola against the first violin. You hear that sting? And we call that a dissonance. Dissonance. Before we go any further, I would just like to announce to everyone that my first symphony, Help Us on the Way for Orchestra, is complete. I'm looking for an orchestra that wants to premiere all or some of the movements. I've been contacting lots of orchestras, haven't had any, confirmed success yet. I'm also looking into logistics of funding the orchestra myself. I want to create a lucrative machine, hopefully with any classical music or maybe outside of it, that would generate enough income so that I can, hold all the rehearsals, pay very good rates to musicians, and invite you to the live performance. Notice that when we get here, it kind of feels like we've come home a little bit, right? We started out, right? That nice I love that feeling, right? Then we go to here. It feels like, some pain there. But while we get here, it just kind of feels like we're getting back to home. I don't know if you feel that. Let me know if you feel that or if you feel otherwise. I'm just curious. And then by the time we get to the last chord in the series, that feels like home. Listen to the very opening. Right? Then we go. You hear that return to that kind of optimistic feeling? So when you listen to this recording of The Sun Also Rises, what I'm kind of hearing, if I describe it, it's like it's a sunrise. So we start one area and make an arc, and then we kind of come back home.